Welcome to Tuesday's Right Stuff with me, Matthew Wright. It is the day we celebrate the 40th birthday of one of my all-time favourite movies, Easy Rider, starring Peter Fonda and Dennis Hopper, and a very, very young Jack Nicholson on the back there. It was Jack Nicholson's first big movie, you know. Other facts about the film: the drug scenes were filmed using real drugs, and Jimi Hendrix wrote the song Easy Rider, but not until after he'd actually seen the film, which I think is wonderful. Me, I just love those bikes. Beautiful. Now, let's say hello to our racy panel. First up, it's the Independent's firebrand columnist, Yasmin Ali Brown. And she's looking all anxious because my dressing room's next to the makeup room and I get to overhear over the top of the wall all the gossip. And what I've discovered about Yasmin today is something I've always suspected, which is she is a terrible driver. Unbelievably slow.
Bad Parker, I can't park. Do you know how old I was when I learned to drive? I was 40 years old.
Last year?
Christopher Biggins, ladies and gentlemen. I've heard, Yasmin, that you stop at roundabouts that are completely empty, no one there. It's difficult to tell when you have actually stopped because you were so slow in the approach.
I'm a careful driver.
Have you had any accidents?
Not recently.
What about you, Biggins? I've been driven by you.
I'm a very good driver, I think. I'm a very good London driver because you have to keep moving.
Yes.
And this morning, the driver, we had a terrible traffic in King's Cross, as you always do. You never know quite what's going to be good. And he went all the back routes, which I love. I love doing all of that. It's good. I like driving.
I'm not saying anything, Biggins.
I don't know what you mean. Do you like camping, by the way?
I love camping.
I thought you might like camping,
We're doing a camping thing today. Has it just dawned on you now? But yes, it has. Oh, I just love it. There is no plan on the show. It's just wonderful how everything's going. Now, our special guest of the morning is Denise Black, ladies and gentlemen. Who wants to thank our wonderful audience for waking her up this morning. Now, everyone knows Denise, of course, from her years playing Coronation Street crimper Denise Osborne, mother of Ken Barlow's love child Daniel. Now, how you must have suffered.
Oh, darling. Oh, look, aren't we beautiful? Oh. I will not have him maligned. I love my Ken.
Oh,
I do.
It was a beautiful thing.
I want him back.
But her latest project couldn't be more different. I mean, really couldn't be more different. It's called Denise Black's Loose Screw. And... well, it sees you releasing your inner cabaret star.
No, it's not really cabaret, it's music, darling.
Music?
Yeah.
Music and anecdotes, I
Well, yeah, absolutely. I used to be a singer, and then I gave it all up, and I was an actress, and I had kids, and I didn't have time to do it, and I promised myself an absolutely fantastic concert, and that's what I'm going for now.
So what are the songs, then?
Well, lots of them are new. I married a composer, which is always handy.
Right.
Actually, never marry a poet for money. Take it from me. He's written a whole load of songs.
Are they personal to you? Or...
Yes,
yeah, okay.
Absolutely. And then I've got sensational musicians. There's 6 of us, and I'm with my old Cray Sister singing partner. I used to be in a harmony group with Josie Lawrence and Kate McKenzie. I've got Kate McKenzie, who had some glamour and beauty.
The Cray Sisters, that was quite a name.
Yeah, absolutely dangerous women.
So, I mean, without giving too much away, what's the sort of nature of the songs? What's the...
Well, they're quite different. There's, like, 1 or 2 covers, iconic covers. There's a 60s Say You Don't Mind from Danny Lane. Right. There's a Rufus Dinner at 8, Rufus Wainwright. And then there's lots of new stuff. There's also some, I don't know, fairly rocky stuff. We're quite raunchy. Get up and down.
And where can we see this? Where can we see it?
You can come and see it this Sunday and the next Sunday in Balham, if you're London-based. Yeah. And after that, we'll go on the road, maybe do Edinburgh next year. Then it's being promoted by my old manager, who runs Jongleurs. So maybe we'll go there.
I didn't realise you'd had a band before, so...
Yeah, I've always done bands. I was a singer before I was an actress. Well, actually, I was a singer because I couldn't get any work as an actress.
And the other thing, I mean, if you forgive me, your husband, Paul?
Paul?
Yeah.
Woo!
I'm
still with 30 years.
30 years. It's just so interesting. I mean, I know someone else who is a composer, and I said to him, I mean, you'd have thought, you know, at what point do you go through school and you suddenly say, I want to be a composer? You'd have thought...
He's compulsive. He lives in a completely different world. If you look at his fingers, they're always twitching, and he's writing music all the time.
It's fascinating, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not as romantic as you think, because I start singing, go, shut I'm writing. So it's not as poetic as I thought.
Oh.
But he writes beautiful, beautiful lyrics.
So he writes the lyrics as well. So so he does the whole thing.
Yeah.
I do find it interesting because I kind of see when you see the sort of Harrison Birtwistle types, you think, my God, you're sort of born to be a composer.
Yeah, they are. They're lovely. But I mean, my musos write as well, so the band's coming up with new stuff now.
And you said you worked with Josie Lawrence before, is that?
Yeah. Yeah, Josie and myself and Kate McKenzie. We were.
And she's now on Enders.
I know she is. The enemy.
No.
No.
Listen, good to have you here. It really
Lovely to
is.
be here.
Good to have you with us as well, likewise. I've got a cracking show for you. It's going to kick off with Denise taking us through the headlines. So there you go. We're talking about camping. You've got any questions about that for Will, give us a call. And unbelievably, she's back, Kirsty, cured from swine flu, to take your calls.
Thank you. Isn't that unbelievable? I'm back. Thank you.
How was it?
Oh, it was lovely. I really enjoyed it. Thank you. It was horrible. Really horrible. So I'm better now. If you'd like to give us a call, the number is 0207 173 5555. Calls will cost a maximum of 10 pence a minute, and that is based on a BT landline call. Mobile phone charges and other networks may vary. You can also email us writestuff@5.tv, and if you'd like to send us a text, the number is 80088. Text messages will set you back 25 pence plus your standard network charge. Remember that we won't be able to show all of your messages, and that you must always put TWS before your comment. And finally, if you'd like to have a tweet this morning, then you can tweet us at RightStuff. It's not RightStuff, it's twitter.com/5RightStuff.
When you say it's the fever.
It is. My hands
When
are
you
still
say
shaking.
we don't read all of your messages out, it is worth saying that we do read them all because
We do.
The tweet thing, although you know Eric is the man who's really in charge of tweeting, some of the ones that come through are hilarious. So
I
keep
really
them
enjoy
coming.
my tweets on a morning. It's brilliant.
Good.
It really wakes me up.
I beg your pardon.
I'll explain during the break.
All right,
Denise,
okay. Thank you.
No, OK, let's find out what's making news today. What have you got for us, Denise?
I, my darling, have got these stories. Well, a 6-year-old girl killed by swine flu. I know we're going to talk about that later. More here. Look, swine flu deaths, parents' agony. Stay at home. Don't go to the surgery or the A&E. So the son's obviously telling us to panic.
If you need to get medicine, they're saying send someone healthy along in your place.
They are, my love. I don't like panic stories. I hate it.
Well,
and I know you're panicking, and I will be by the end of the
starting
show. But there you go.
Starting to.
Then moving
Okay,
on, shall
yeah,
I?
please.
Yeah, I've got force kid yobs to wear orange vests. Well, Christopher and I think that maybe pink wigs would be more successful as earmarking the truant children as really. My father would say put them in stocks.
Are they not? Because I saw some community service pods the other day painting a fence, and they were all wearing high-vis jackets as part of their thing. So there's an element of this that's already happening, isn't there?
Yeah, I mean, I think community service is a really, really good idea, and nailing people to the cross is not, so I don't quite know the answer to that. Do you think it's a good idea?
Well, I've told the story before. I had a friend who did do community service. His was woodwork, and every morning he would get up. By the time everybody arrived late, they would then go to the nearest KFC where they had their chicken. They came back, had a bit of a chat about football and went home, and he did that for 3 months and never made anything out of wood at all, and that was his community service. So I'm not sure if it's always good.
No, that doesn't sound like
And I
community
don't know
service.
how much of that goes on, but...
I thought the idea was giving something back to the
Yeah.
community, so maybe looking after old people would
Okay.
be... OK, my dear, shall we go on to the next one? Well, here we have a medical success, a hopeful newspaper story. They dug deep to find this. This is the girl who, the miracle child who piggybacked a donor organ. So they put a pig heart on her own heart, and it's regenerated her own heart, and now she can live
It's an
without
amazing
the pig.
story, isn't it? I mean,
Unbelievable.
really...
She was on the television this morning. She was fantastic, this little girl.
Yeah.
I mean, amazing what it's done for her.
And it's so that the donor piggyback heart, exercised or got her own heart back into condition, and now she's away again under her own steam.
Do you think she might get swine?
Oh, no,
don't
we're going there.
stop.
No, wouldn't it be tricky if you were a vegan?
I'm just wondering if that was an orange high-vis shirt you were wearing. There's something we need to know about you.
This is to celebrate your last week here.
Only till the summer break, just so we're clear about that. OK, Denise,
My
anything else?
last story, darling, is this woman of 72 spent £30,000 on 6 courses of IVF and she's still trying for a baby.
And she looks absolutely ripe, doesn't she? Perfect for producing children. Like a spring chicken.
And what she says, God bless her, is, Jenny Brown, people don't like unusual things. Jenny, I love unusual things. But you're too old. Sorry.
I've been trying to get my mum to do it. She's under the 70 bar, but I keep saying the money we can make by selling her story.
Oh, don't
Britain's
even
oldest
say it
mum.
on telly.
And how many 72-year-old dads do we have in this kingdom?
Totally natural.
Oh, yes, sure.
Totally natural.
Do you think I'm wrong, then? Do you think it's fine?
No, it's not fine, but I think we should be just as angry when 84-year-olds have reproduced, you know, about to be
Whoa,
pop-pop.
go Tamsin.
Just because you're
Unfair.
jealous of our ongoing sexual prowess.
I am.
Well, there we
and
go.
I want it stopped at about 30, really.
We need a little thought.
Do you know what? On a serious note, what kind of IVF centre is taking money off a woman of that age to give her IVF?
It's actually it's a really
alarming,
serious
is it not?
subject, isn't it? You know, I mean, wanting kids is fundamental, and I don't mean to be flip. It's a terrible thing not to be able to have children, but there does come a point where you have to accept. There's a lot of kids in the world, aren't there, who need parenting. We can share it, can't
Medical
we?
experts taking the money off her.
Yes,
I just think it's
outrageous.
just wrong.
Absolutely.
Not in this country, that's worth saying. It is worth saying. Nice one, Denise.
There you go.
Begins.
In the mirror, I've got end of retirement now. It's the law is going to change, and you can work as long as you like. Of course, it doesn't affect us,
Not
does
as
it?
long as you like, as long as you have to.
I mean, as long as you have to.
Affect us.
Well, it doesn't affect people in show business. We never retire.
That's true.
We go on and on and
Tell
on.
that to
and
Arlene
on.
Phillips.
Well, I know. Exactly.
The television is going to be full of us, isn't it? Really, really old.
I'm pregnant.
Let's get serious. Let's get serious here. So the 65 retire thing is done.
It's going to be done, and you can go on as long as you
have to.
You have to
Pay the rent, the
exactly.
bills.
But there's a little. I love this little thing at the end. Pensioners could be issued with a granny card, which makes life easier to access library, bus, and leisure services under plans revealed yesterday. Well, I don't know. Is there a granddad card? I don't think I want a granny card.
No. Although,
Well, I suppose I could.
Come on,
Yes.
Christopher.
if it's free.
It's free. I've got my travel card, which is fantastic. This is a terrible story in the Mirror as well. This is a man is going to be charged with 28,000 murders. John Demjanchuk, who sent children, as well, just sent hundreds and hundreds of people to their deaths in Poland.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I mean, he
but-
denies vehemently
Yeah.
all the charges, all 28,000 of
Yes.
them. It's an extraordinary story
It
as
is.
well, because he sort of moved from... He was fighting, I think, for the Russians at some point.
That's right.
And ended up sort of coming over and filtering his way through the Nazi system and ends up in this death camp. Yeah, it's a fascinating story.
250,000 were killed.
Died at the camp,
Yeah, I mean, it's just horrific. And so, I mean, I think it's like every crime is a 15-year sentence.
He's 89, is he?
Yes.
Not gonna do
And
much.
your point is?
Well, he's not going to do what he
No.
needs to have done if they'd found him a bit earlier. I'm not saying he shouldn't be charged.
Right,
no.
okay,
No, no,
I
no.
wondered on...
But in the end...
Where do you stand
know,
on Ronnie Biggs, by the way? Do you think he
I
should have
think he
been...
should be out.
Yes, so do I.
But he hasn't done his sentence.
Yeah, but he didn't kill 28,000 people.
No, well, neither did this guy.
Allegedly.
That is yet
no,
to
no,
be
no.
decided,
I just
yeah.
don't think. I think this is vindictive behaviour on the part of the government.
Okay, I wonder. Okay,
Jack Straw, actually.
okay Mr. B, anything else?
Yes, the Daily Star today. This is very sad for you because I know you like a bargain. Pennies are going. So that £7.99 suit you bought, which you're wearing at the moment, you'll have to pay £8 for because they're going to round everything up.
Apparently they've worked out that the great British public has figured out that £7.99
Yeah.
is really £8.
Yes.
and the penny thing's just a con. I'm gutted to
We
hear
were
that.
all conned by it, weren't we? I mean,
Yeah.
oh, £7.99, that's cheap. So anyway, they're going. Pennies are going, which is good. I hate pennies, don't you?
I've noticed that people drop them on the floor, and you say, "Oh, you dropped the money in the
They
it
don't
doesn't
even bother
matter."
picking up.
And my final story is in the Mail today. You cannot ignore the power of a purr of a cat.
Oh, I can.
I'm
just ignore
allergic
it.
to cats. I don't like cats at all. But apparently they can, by certain purrs, now they've been clever enough, the cats, to tell you that they absolutely want to have food. At not only, but they tune into you, into your system, to actually make you want to feed them. So it's very, yeah, I know.
Evil things.
Yeah, I hate them. I hate cats.
I'm
Have
gonna
you got a
fight for
pussy,
cats.
Denise?
Dog.
Have you got a pussy, Denise?
No, I've got a dog.
Good dog.
Dear, dear, dear. Finally, over to our slow coach motorist.
I'm going to take you in my car.
No thanks. I've spoken to your daughter.
Front page of the Times. The army, apparently, I mean, the army, there's a kind of split growing between the army and the politicians and the government.
There always is, to be fair.
Yes, but the army's now coming out quite hard. That they apparently, according to the Times, wanted 2,000 more men for Afghanistan, and Brown sent 700. And I mean, in a sense, the blame is settling on Mr. Brown, and I think in some ways that's unfair because he's part of the problem, but actually the problem over there won't be solved even if we send 3,000 men. I think different things need to be done. So that's the front page of the Times.
Okay.
And this is a very interesting story. The Charity Commission, you know, all public schools, i.e. fee-paying schools, foreigners never understand this idea of public schools is private schools.
It's back to front from the United States as well,
exactly.
it's the opposite way.
Have always had charitable status. But, you know, now the conditions for that are very strict. And the idea is, what are you giving to the public to deserve this?
Right.
So they're all being inspected. And in fact, 2 out of 5 have failed the inspection.
Already,
because
yeah.
one of the things they had to do was give bursaries to ordinary people. And they stopped doing that a long time ago, most of them. And what they do instead is say, oh, we let them come and play football on our pitch once a month, the local kids from the estate, you know.
The big private schools do still offer bursaries, and I'm just wondering whether it's just the economics for the smaller schools is they just can't afford it, maybe. I don't know, I'm trying to see the good in it. I have to say, I think it's good that the Charity Commission is looking at this, because why should some organisation get charitable status if it doesn't do anything charitable?
Yeah, and they're becoming tougher on all charities, that they have to deliver more for the public interest. And I do think that public schools have got away with it for too long, so... And that beach I wanted to buy.
Yes,
actually, I don't want to buy it anymore. It's a bloody rock. It's a cold and windy rock. I don't want it no more.
Tell them about it. This is the one where Virginia Woolf's lighthouse
Yes, this is in the Daily Mail. This beach that they were selling yesterday, which is going to start at 50,000, sold at 80,000. It's a 76-acre Upton Towns beach in Cornwall. And it's got a lighthouse. Lighthouses are lovely and romantic things. And it was sold for £80,000, which doesn't seem a lot of money, actually.
Do you think that's why they're romantic? Because they're phallic? I'm not going to let that one drop. Just like you can ignore me all you like. What is romantic about a lighthouse?
You look, it's got the light.
Yeah,
ships
in a house.
I'm sorry, Meg. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry to tell you
and
this.
a lonely man sitting at the top winding it around.
I'm sorry. Only men would imagine they've got lights at the end of the bloody thing. You haven't. You haven't. You haven't,
Anyway, 80
boys.
grand, so the property market is looking up then. Or do you think the Virginia Woolf bit, it's got to be part of that?
I just think it's lovely that somebody got it. But I think, you know, that you can still get a drop of land for this amount of money is quite good.
Yes.
And then, apparently, according to the Mail again, I think, if you want to be rich or earn more, you have to be an alpha female. Alpha females, i.e. those of us who are more like blokes and ride roughshod over our competitors, earn £40,000 more in our lifetimes. I've never been an alpha female, therefore I have never had this £40,000 advantage. It's not fair on men, though. I don't think all men are. Women in positions of power can turn so nasty.
You don't think of yourself as an alpha female? You're not an alpha female?
I'm not, actually.
If you were, you could have your own chauffeur with that £40,000, couldn't you?
I don't want a chauffeur. I'm a good driver.
That's not what everybody else I know is telling me. They say you're awful.
This is all
The next time you're in a traffic jam, look ahead. You see some black hair.
She's very
hunched up at the
careful.
wheel.
She's just a very careful driver. And she goes slower than a cyclist because she was...
OK, nicely done. I should point out, by the way, inflation, deflation, call it what you like now, minus 1.6% it fell to in June from minus 1.1, so the trend is still going down. Very, very bad news for the economy. And yet, I don't see any evidence of it yet. Everything still looks just as expensive as it did a year ago. OK, after the break, are you panicking over swine flu yet? It's all very well for doctors to say stay calm, but with 10,000 confirmed cases, 17 dead, can you be excused for feeling anxious? 0207 173 5555 is the number if you've got something to say. If you think it's bad now, what's it going to be like come winter time? Maybe you've had or are suffering swine flu right now. Should we be worrying about it? Your call's after the break.
Where's been worst hit by swine flu? London, Birmingham or Cardiff? Find out after the break.